right, we're here with George, who just got out of watching Alita Battle Angel. How you doing, George?
I'm doing good. And yourself, man?
Very good, thank you. So tell me about your initial reaction to this movie. What did you think overall?
I mean, overall, I'd say it was an okay movie. Like, obviously, visually, it's a very spectacular movie as far as, like, the CGI, all the action sequences. But personally, I feel like the story was lacking in some moments, especially, like, inter-character relationships.
Okay.
I feel like they could have developed that a bit more, because I found myself not really sympathizing that much.
With the characters.
With the characters, exactly. And I was like, you know, I see what they were trying to do, make them more human than machine, but a lot of times they came off more machine to me. So on the emotional department, I would say it was, man.
Yeah, a little, okay, mediocre.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the visuals alone can be worth it, especially in 3D. Absolutely.
Okay, that's very insightful. Do you consider yourself like a fan of anime, manga, or sci-fi movies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the above, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. And so how do you feel about this movie translating an anime to a live action, type of movie?
I really hope they continue with that. Like, obviously, in the past, I feel like they've missed their mark with some anime to movie adaptations.
Okay.
This one is a little better as far as like other ones that I've seen, like Ghost in the Shell. I feel like this was better than Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hope it's a trend. I hope it continues, because I definitely want to see more animes being adapted to movies. I love it. Like, I'm a nerd, man. I love this stuff.
Excellent. Okay, great. And so, what did you think about the motion capture? Obviously, the Alita character, she's,
It's the motion capture.
It's the motion capture, like, Andy Serkis does, and with all the dots. Did you find it convincing? Do you still think that the motion capture still has some work, to make it more believable, or did you buy into it?
So, I don't think motion capture needs more work, but because this is a James Cameron produced film,
right,
I thought it would be better. Like, especially after Avatar, like, that motion capture was unreal. Right. So I thought it would be better for this movie. It did come off a little bit cheesy sometimes.
Nice.
Like, I feel like the facial reactions just weren't there, and then she looked like a doll sometimes. Like, especially when it was over the shoulder scenes and it's just her in the frame.
Right.
I was like, wait, is this still a movie, or is this now just animated?
And that's where it gets a little bit like, that's where you lose focus a little bit. And you lose a little bit of the believability, right?
Yeah.
What would you say was your favorite standout scene in the movie?
Oh, man.
If you had to pick one, or something that you really enjoyed about it overall.
I really enjoyed her, like, I guess, berserker attitude. So I definitely love the whole bar scene, where she's like just telling everyone, like, all right, I'm right here. If you're either with me, you're against me, let's go.
That's right.
So I really like that scene for sure, the bar scene.
Very awesome. Okay. Well, on our YouTube channel, The Real Screeners, we rate our movies 1 out of 5 reels, 5 being the highest rating. So out of 5 reels, how many reels would you give this movie?
I'd probably give it a 3.
A 3?
A 3, yeah. Okay. Maybe 3.3 or something, somewhere around there.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, excellent. Okay, well, thank you very much, George.
Thank you, man.
Glad you, somewhat enjoyed it. Absolutely. Okay, all right. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, so next up we have Luis and his daughter Mia. So guys, give us your raw take, your real reaction on Alita Battle Angel.
I thought it was a great adaptation from the original anime. It was really good. I mean, it was real powerful. I thought they did this. I'm not a big fan of all the girl power, but I was always a big fan of Battle Angel, and I think they did it justice.
All right, okay. A lot of people are saying that about the movie, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, and so Mia, let's talk about this. Your dad said he's not really big on the girl power, but I mean, that must have been really cool seeing like a girl be the protagonist and very strong. What did you think of Alita?
She's more brave than most girls in the movie. She has a lot of confidence, and she believes in herself.
Okay. Was there a specific scene you liked out of the movie that just stands out in your mind?
My favorite scene was when she found the real body. How would I say it?
It was like the new armor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of people keep talking about how visually stunning this movie was, right? And how the fighting scenes were just super awesome. Like, what did you think of that?
I agree. They had a lot of color, a lot of emotions, a lot of things that wowed me.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the movie, either of you?
Yeah. Like, so going back to what I said earlier, it wasn't so much like that whole girl power thing. They did it right. I mean, they made it powerful. It was delivered in a great, just that gut-wrenching way, you know. What you see in what was that, Ghost in the Shell?
Right.
How they did the adaptation in live action. It was a really good delivery. It's what we expected to see in anime, brought into live action.
Right, and that was a big sigh of relief for a lot of people because, you know, some people say that some of those other ones hadn't been done very well.
That's where we're getting to, is that they're doing, you know, it's hard to find that good balance where it really makes it powerful.
Okay, so talk about how powerful you think this movie was. So on our channel, we review movies and we rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 movie reels, 1 being the least, 5 being the best. How many movie reels, Mia, would you give this movie?
4, I would say.
Okay, all right. And yourself, sir?
I give it a 4 also. 4? Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for being on the show with the Real Screeners. We hope to see you guys again here at the Alamo Drafthouse. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
We're here at the Alamo Drafthouse once again with Cesar and Valerie, who just got out of Alita Battle Angel. So please tell us your initial reaction to Alita, Cesar. What did you think?
I did really like it. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, like the special effects are great.
Okay.
Like the special effects are great. The story is really good. I'm pretty sure they have more sequels planned. I would really want that. Like it's the first one, so they're kind of like fleshing out. And for me, it just kind of made me want more.
More, right?
Yeah, I just want to see more of like.
It really sets it up for another movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. What about you, Valerie? What did you think about the movie? Did you enjoy it?
I had mixed feelings, honestly, just because
How do you have mixed feelings?
I didn't like her character that much, but I loved the storyline. Like, it really, the good thing about it was that the writing for the world was especially engaging, just because of the fact that it wasn't explained to you. You just kind of had to understand it as you went along.
Right.
But it was very easy to understand. And like Cesar said, like, I want to see more because I got mad that it ended on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
But that's just me because I don't like cliffhangers. But yes.
Okay. And you said that you didn't particularly like her character. What about her character did you not like?
I just don't like those type of girls that are very naive in that kind of sense, where they think that the world is very innocent. But that's just me as a person.
You mean as a female character? You wish she was stronger, maybe, as a character, or
Not stronger, because that was very evident that she was strong, but I think it's more of the fact that they played on her innocence a lot as well, and I don't know if that's just because she woke up without any memory, but at the same time, I wish that she wouldn't have been so trusting, just in plain hindsight for anybody.
Okay. Would you consider yourselves to be fans of anime, science fiction, fantasy, manga? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
What do you think about this live action take on an anime? Because of course we're used to watching anime as an animation, as cartoon. How do you think this translates? Like, did you buy into it? Did you think that this was a good live action interpretation of an anime?
in my opinion, yes, it was definitely a really good live action anime. Like, you could tell it was based on an anime from like the action and like, you know, everything like from the world, you know how crazy it is, and like, you know how anime has like crazy battle scenes and crazy worlds, but it really does translate well.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. What about you? What are your thoughts about that?
The same thing, just because I've seen other live action films that are not really well so put together, and I think that's because Alita, what they did well in hers was the battle scenes were really engaging, just like an anime, and then as well as that, the special effects were really well done, and a lot of the times in other like anime live action, like in Death Note or in Attack on Titan, they're not good. No, like you see them and then you compare it to the show and you're like, what is this? So that's what I liked about it, was that the special effects were really well put together.
And believable. Yeah, I thought the same thing. If you had to pick a scene in the movie that stood out to you that you particularly liked or enjoyed, what scene would that be?
I would have to go with the ball race when like she goes into the ball race with like all the bounty hunters after her, and like they just start racing, and then she starts moving everywhere, and then like decking them, and definitely.
Absolutely. What about you?
The same, and then I also liked the part where she is basically just trying to start a revolution, and then she kind of just starts a fight, and then has to fight her way through that. But I think it proved a point where it kind of showed the entirety of like how characters like in the world were willing to fight for whatever they thought was right, and not necessarily for something that they didn't really care about, which was refreshing in a way.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Great insight, you guys. So on our YouTube channel, we review movies on YouTube, and so we rate our movies using reels, like movie reels, 5 being the highest rating, 5 reels, and 1 being the lowest. So out of 5 reels, how many reels would you give this movie?
I'd give it a 4.5.
4.5. Awesome.
I would give it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So pretty good overall. So you would recommend it.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is a movie that has to be seen on the big screen, or would you say it can wait until video?
No, I think it should definitely be seen on the big screen.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, like the world and like the effects is just like when you see it on the big screen, it's just like it's completely different from watching it on your laptop or on your TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, the same way, just because of the effects and everything. Like it was an experience to come and see the movie. I mean, if you can't, then that if you don't like seeing them, then that's your decision. But I would see it on the big screen rather.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Okay. Have a good evening. Take care.